Welcome to our used 2018 285 LX Prowler. Starting right in your back bumper here, if you just reach in, pull that cap out of there. Inside of the back bumper, you're going to find your sewer hose. Take note of those two ears in the adapter here, so I'll be hooking it up to your sewer system, and the hose itself, once fully extended, is 20 feet long. Just keeping it stored in the bumper back here to help keep any sort of stench out of the unit and that keep things a bit fresher. Cap just presses into place. In this corner, as well as each corner of the trailer, you get these stabilizer jacks here. So all they do is they just run down, contact the ground, give it another turn or so just to firm it up, and that'll get rid of any sort of bouncy sway that you see you got in the unit right now, just to keep things firm while you're out camping. Up from there's your hot water tank. That keyway there, you line that up, you can pop it on open. All your controls for turning it on are just inside the unit. Before turning it on though, we just want to hit this relief valve right there and we should get some water out. If we're not getting any water out, there's a chance this guy's empty. And you do run the risk of burning your elements out if it's empty, so of course just making sure it's full before firing it up. Once you're done, just lock it back down with the keyway. Step forward, look at the storage compartment here. Straight down underneath that, you're going to find your sewer system. That cap there, if you just kind of press on it and give it a turn, it'll pop on out of there. It's got the same ears on it that your sewer hose had, so that'll attach the same way. As marked by these stickers here, on the left you've got our sewer outlets. That's of course going to be from your toilet, going to be your dirtiest water. We'll dump that first. Wastewater beside it is going to be filled from your sinks as well as your showers. Typically cleaner water, we'll dump that last to help keep that sewer hose as clean as possible. Towards the front of the unit, you get a storage compartment here. So as you open that up, you get that little finger there front and center, holds it open for you. Inside of here, you'll find your water hose. Inside of that water hose, you're going to find a park adapter. So your 30 amp short cord would plug into there. 15 amp goes to a standard outlet. So if you're looking to charge your batteries or run your fridge, you got the power to do so. Around front, you get this little black box here. Inside of that box is your battery. So as long as you're plugged in through that short cord in the back or your 7 pins to your tow vehicle, that battery's charging for you. These knobs here, if you loosen them off and push them back, get access to your propane tanks. For the video, just straight up and off. And that way in the back here, we can show you your changeover. So we're currently pointing over here with the blank little screen there. So as you open that up, it should kind of go red or green, one of the colors. Let us know we've now got propane present. If it were to go clear again while you got that tank open, it's just letting you know this tank's now empty. At that point, just close it off, flip the changeover to the other side, and run off of that tank while you get the other one filled. Customer opts to go with a power tongue jack, so we've got that installed from up front here. The light switch on the left, up is down and down is up. Other end of your storage compartment here. Up on the wall here's a little light switch. You turn that on because there's two little lights in here. Customers also opted to go with the vacationer adder room, so we've just got all these little white clips there. You just be hanging your skirt into that, just kind of closes off the bottom panel. This entry here is to your front bedroom, so we'll be using that in a minute. Fresh water connection here, so your water hose will plug into there, turn on the water, and that'll fill up your fresh water tank. Your drain for it's just right down below. Get that valve there, open it up, drains out the tank. GFI protected outlet. Straight up from there, you'll find your two exterior speakers, as well as your stove vent right in the center here. So of course, propane stove, putting off fumes whenever you're using it. You just want to make sure your fan inside is turned on with this guy opened up so that we can evacuate those fumes. Once you're done, press it into place and you hear it click. Service port for your fridge here, nothing really there for you to worry about, just kind of service. Down underneath it's the exhaust for your furnace, you just want to make sure it's not blocked off, it does get hot. In the back, this is an entry to your rear bedroom and your bathroom. The low point drains are right down here as well. Open those up, it allows the water system to drain itself out. Purpose of that would be if you're leaving the unit for a while, you don't want your water going stale or stagnant, or before winterizing the unit, you just want to drain the water out before pumping edge freeze through. Back here you also get a little propane disc quick connect, so you have this little valve down here. With that valve closed off, you can move that collar. With it open, you cannot, so just kind of an added safety. If you're to hook something up, you can't kind of move. Spare tire back here. Right behind it is your cable and satellite inlet. City water connection. So water hose plugs into there, turn on the water, let it pressurize the lines throughout the unit. Short cord here, does pull on out. It's about 25 feet long. You can see standard 30 amp end there. Most campsites have that. You can just plug straight on in, you're good to go. Exterior shower right beside it. Standard 3-foot hose with the standard head, hot and cold water of course. Once you're done, just tucking it back into place, locking it back down. Straight up from there, you're going to find a pre-wired mount for a rear view or observation camera. Now we'll make our way inside of the unit. This little hole down here, lid line up with this little latch there, just holds the door open for you. Otherwise, you're grabbing this first step, pull it straight on out, flip that last step over, and we can make our way inside. So here is that adder room I was talking about. It just kind of zips up into your awning. You'll be able to see those in a minute here. Right beside it's your fire extinguisher. Just standard, pull the pin, point and shoot. Straight up the wall from there, you get your light switches. The one on the left here does, must be a scare light up front or something. So the one in the middle here does your interior lights. The one on the right does your porch light. Top right here, no idea. Top left does an accent light above your slide. This bottom left one here might actually be an awning light in the head of the awning. So I'll just run that awning real quick, press and hold extend, and the awning will make its way out. Once that awning's fully extended, we're gonna see a little white flap come down as well as the black metal tube. Once you see that, you're gonna stop. If you're to continue extending, it can actually wind itself up backwards, in which case your fabric will be underneath the tube, allowing it to then hold water and accelerate the growth of mold and mildew. There's the flap, and there's your tube, and there's our awning light. So right by the awning light, you can see that zipper set up there. That is where you'd be attaching your vacation or adder room to. Just zips up to it, simple as that. Now if it were to start raining, it's of course going to hold some water anyways. So what you can do is grab either arm, front or rear. You just pull straight down on it, and you can see that changes the pitch of the awning out at the head, allowing water to then run off. Now if you like that angle better because it does give you more shade, you can do the same thing with your arm up front. Before you bring it back in though, you just want to make sure these arms are back out straight and fully extended, just so you're not running the risk of bending them. Right, so yeah, it is that lower left switch there, turns on that awning light. Now we can press and hold the track and the awning will make its way back in. Again, you're just going to watch to make sure that your fabric's over top of the tube. And another thing to keep in mind with your awning is it does catch a lot of wind. So once you get up to about 15, 20 kilometers an hour wind, you want to bring it back in. Again, just so you're not running the risk of bending your arms. All right, so this top right switch here does a little accent light underneath the little entertainment area there. All right, and your slide out, press and hold out, and that slide will make its way out. Once that slide's fully extended, we're just going to hear some clicks in the motors letting us know they've reached their stall. There we go. Into the front bedroom, your light switch is right up on the wall there. Some closet space here, power outlet. If you pick up the foot of your bed, you do get access to a little storage compartment. Those are also your screens for the two windows here. They just kind of press into place. One on the far side. The sliding doors here, you just have your travel latches in the back. You just undo that and you slide them. Cable and satellite outlet, as well as your power outlet. Antenna itself is on this guy here, so you just kind of turn and looking for your best signal. Wherever you find it, you just leave it there. There is an arrow here. Whenever you're traveling, you want to make sure that's pointed forward. Another closet space back here. There's also a little reading light above the head. So for this window here, you saw those screens down here, so if you were to have them in there, you basically just be pulling on that red knob to get rid of the screen. You'll take the handle here and throw it outside and then hop on out. Carbon monoxide alarm right on the wall here. Okay, it's gonna go another couple of times. Entertainment area, so get some storage up top. TV here is hooked into your antenna already. Turning that antenna on is just this button there. You get that little green light just for confirmation it is turned on. Power outlet below it. Stereo here, pretty straightforward, just like a single DIN car stereo. Power button there, and then you get all of your different modes and such. Zone 1 is your inside set, zone 2 is your outside set. Storage down below. Here's a couple of USB outlets right there as well. Into the slide out, your lights are just on their own switches there. Get some storage across the back. The centerpiece, fold that down, you get your cup holders there, also USB outlets. You do also get little lights in there as well. If you're going to take the base, pick that up and flip it down, you get a bed there as well. Then the dinette, same weight right above it. If you're going to take the dinette table and kind of wiggle it up and out of its legs, you can take the legs and wiggle them out of their bases. The table will then sit onto the 3 ledges there. Take your back cushions, sit on the table, create a bed. In the kitchen, get your storage right up top here. A little light underneath. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. And more storage down below. Be mindful of your drains and your water lines. Store space. LP detector right below it, so propane's heavier than air. It sits on the floor. This guy detects it and starts going off just like a smoke detector would. Microwave is pretty standard, just like home. Down underneath it, you get range vent. So there's a light as well as your fan. This is that fan that you want turned on with that flap outside opened up. Turn the knob over the light, hit it with a sparker, and just as it clears all the air, the propane lines should fire up for us. There we go. Right. Once you're done, just turn it all back off. Simple as that. For the oven, just open that up, turn that knob there over to pilot, grab a lighter, pressing and holding that knob in, and get that pilot light going at the back here. So once you get it going, you just hold that knob in for another couple of seconds, and then you can release and the flame will hold itself. Turn up to your desired temperature and she'll fire right up. Once you're done, just back down to pilot. It'll hold just the pilot light for you, but if you're going traveling or leaving the unit, you just make sure that guy's right off. Fridge is right beside it here, so power button on the left there. On the right is your kind of mode selection. So if you have that button out, it's running on gas. If that check light there were to come on, it's just letting you know it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off back on to reset it. Put that button in on auto. It's gonna first look for AC power. If AC power is taken away, it'll automatically flip over to gas. Freezer up top, and fridge down low. Temp selection just in the top right corner there. Kind of a return air grill for your furnace, so just to make sure it's not blocked off there. Some pantry space. Underneath it's your converter. Press the top and center, it'll pop on open. All of your breakers in the middle here. Whenever a breaker breaks, it sits in the middle, so just turn it off and then back on to reset it. And all of your fuses are on the right side. Whenever a fuse pops, you'll get a little red LED right beside it, letting you know exactly which one went. Closet space, and some more drawer space. And then in the bunks, light switches over on the wall here. Cable and satellite outlet, as well as the power outlet. Down underneath, same idea, just that light back there is on its own switch. Here's where that other screen would go for that window there. This ladder here, pick that up, stick it on out, you climb up top of it easier. Just do take note of the fact that it contacts your slide though, so if you're going to be running your slide, you want to make sure this guy's tucked away properly. Thermostat's up on the wall beside it, so with this slider center right, that's it turned off. Over to the right is heat. Select your temperature up top. With heat, you're not going to have any control over your fan. You're going to want to just leave that in auto. Okay. With that furnace going, it's moving its air through all the 4 registers. Center left, and we'll get into fan. So at this point, you can select your high or low fan just based on, of course, what you want. And after fan, if we come into cool and select our temperature, go to an auto fan again. That'll turn on the air conditioner. With the air conditioner going, you got 2 different options. You can have these 2 louvers here closed, in which case we'll be using our ducting to move all of the air. Or you can open them up and it just dumps all of its air into the living room here. So when you first get out to your campsite, you want this open, cool off this area as quickly as possible, then close them off, start moving the air throughout. Right beside it is your smoke detector. And then lastly, just into your bathroom here. Light switches up on the wall. This one on the right is your interior light. The one on the left, center is your roof vent there. And the one on the left is your porch light outside. Hot and cold water at the sink, of course. Right above that, you get your geofire protected outlet. Test on the bottom, reset on top. So if you ever have outlets that don't work, it's the first thing you should check. Up above that's your monitor panels. Water pump is on the bottom left there. Turns on a water pump, drawing out a fresh tank to pressurize your lines. Water heater on gas is in the center here. So as you turn that switch on, the ignition sequence will start. If this light here were to come on, it's just letting you know that it hasn't fired up. At that point, just off and back on to reset it. Water heater on electricity is on the right side there. For your monitor systems itself, got battery there, so you can see you're currently C for charging. G would be good, F is fair, L is low. Your fresh tank, as you fill that up, will go to 1/3, 2/3 and full. Same idea for your black and your gray. A little bit of storage underneath it here. Toilet here just flips on up, and you get your flusher on the right side there. And then in the shower, you just get the standard head and hose. So that's about it for this guy. If you've got any other questions on the unit, please feel free to give us a call, 204-237-7272.